The Ontario government is updating the sex ed curriculum for the first time since '98. And some vocal parents aren't too happy, but there's a reason for that. Let me explain. Remember that time you accidentally walked in on your parents having sex, so instinctively you ran away to light yourself on fire, but you couldn't because you were slipping on your own vomit? Childhood. Yeah, it's kind of a natural response. None of us are comfortable with the idea of our immediate family and the subject of sex. See, that's your body, your DNA, doing its job, saying sex and family don't mix. Don't put these two things together. Bad for the gene pool. Bad. In fact, if you even think about it, I'm gonna make you very uncomfortable. So when we hear the terms sex ed and our kids in the same sentence, we just want to go la 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 la, and la 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 is fine if you don't want to hear who got voted off Top Chef last night, but not so good if you need to have a conversation about something that's actually important. So let's just take a deep breath, be the adult here, and let's have a pragmatic conversation about this. To start, let's clear up the most common myth. Sex ed encourages kids to have sex. Hey, you know what encourages kids to have sex? Every aspect of our culture. Every ad, magazine, billboard, TV show, movie, and every other song on the radio is screaming the same message at us. Just have sex already! So kids already have this idea in their heads, but it's a swirling, twirling mess of anxiety, confusion, and mixed messages. The aim of sex ed is to take away those question marks, give some context, and clear up the confusion. Let's put it another way. Your kid just turned 16 and he's gonna want to get his license. And you feel a little anxious about it because 1, you're saying goodbye to a little part of their childhood, and 2, you're giving up a little bit of that control that keeps them safe. How should the rational parent react to this? A, lock them in their room until you petition the government successfully to boycott all the cars and dismantle all the roads. Or B, send them to somebody who will teach them that red means stop, green means go, and you should always wear your seatbelt for safety. Oh, and don't do it while you're drunk. My daughter just turned 3, and those 3 years have absolutely cruised by at an alarming rate. Sure, I want to keep her this young forever, but I'm not going to delude myself into thinking that if I deprive her of sex ed, it's going to keep her young and pure. Without up-to-date and proper sex ed, she's going to be in a higher percentile for teenage pregnancy, STIs, and if she happens to identify as LGB or T, and nobody told her what those things mean, now she's a potential suicide risk. Taking an active interest in your child's education is good parenting, but depriving them of information that they actually need and will keep them safe because you're a little squeamish is not good parenting. There, I said it. Let's be real. Our kids are growing up. I recommend you do the same. I'm Derek at Queen's Park, and this has been A Squirrel's Eye View.